Hey, it's been a long time since I did a video, and I'm showing the video of my fire because it's too dark in here for me to do a video otherwise, and I just thought this might be quite nice. So I'm just holding this, but maybe I could put it somewhere. Nope. I think I might have to hold it. Anyway, I don't really know why I'm doing a video. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? But mostly just because it's been a while and there's just so much going on, isn't there? I mean, you know, I'm pretty much removed from the mundane way of living, and yet my life seems so full. There's always something to do. At the moment, I've got about it's about a quarter of a mile of hedge, and where I am, and it's not my boundary, but it's a very unkept hedge. Most of it is tall and straggly, everything climbing, leaning against each other, thin and spindly, reaching for light and height. And well, the colours of this fire. Wow. Anyway, it's sort of kind of tipping and leaning over and encroaching into my field. And there's a ditch on my side, and I really ought to be maintaining that. But the other issue I have is my dog, who keeps transgressing the boundary, and the owner of the adjacent land is less than happy, and has been quite confrontational. So really that's catalysed me into really thinking about where's that coming from, and what is it reflecting to me? What is that about me? What is there in that of mine? And it's also coincided with just knowing that I'm in a deep personal process, and that process involves working with my body, realising how my body, oh look, there's a bit of light, how my body is still holding chronic tensions within it from my very, very early years, probably from birth, just the circumstances of my birth, and my place in my family, youngest of 5. And perhaps with many of you, this deep sense that I wasn't wanted, I wasn't loved, the archetypal abandoned child, the soul, the psyche, just the enormous internal tension and grief and anger, I suppose, and rage. I mean, those are sort of, psychological expected norms for such circumstances, and I don't know if I feel those, but there is something that my body is holding on to, has not released, even though psychologically my inner work has been long and deep, and I have died many deaths and realised many things, recovered many things of myself, healed many things of myself, realised many things of myself, including that I am loved. And yet that is at a transpersonal level. I think my friends love me. And yet there's a little part of me that I do recognise is actually quite locked away from receiving that. I don't want it to be. I don't mean it to be. But it is. It's still guarded. It's almost as if I have this notion in me that in this world no one could or would actually love me. It's that sense of, to example it, it's a little while ago, I know, a couple of years ago, I met somebody at a giveaway sale. It's a little bit like a car boot sale, but you give things away and then you just take what you want. So in other words, you just take your stuff and people take what they want and you can take what you want from anyone else's stuff, and basically you get rid of your stuff and hopefully take some away as well. And I met this person that I know, and she asked me if I would like any wood, and I said, well, yes, wood is always useful, just wood, building wood, or all sorts of stuff. And she said that she knew there was a load in a skip, and she would talk to her partner, and he'd bring it over. And I was like, wow, that's amazing, thank you. And fully expecting that they would want at least fuel money, that kind of thing. Anyway, weeks went by, I didn't hear anything, and I forgot about it. And then one day I got a phone call, and it was the lady that I met, and she said that her partner was going to come over in a couple of days with the wood. And I was like, wow, okay, wow, right, oh, that's brilliant, thank you, yes, thank you. And I was kind of amazed, I think. I didn't quite know what was was like out of the blue, this apparent gift for no reason other than just because. Just because. And anyway, the day arrived, and you know, he duly came with a van full of really good wood, planks and 2x3s and 4x4s and just stuff that had been abandoned in a skip from a building project, presumably. And I said to him, I said, you know, have you had some for yourself? Oh no, he said. No, this was for you. But I said, what, from the skip? And he said, yeah. And I said, what, all of it for me? And he said, yeah. And I said, would you like something for it? I mean, he goes, no, I don't want anything for it. I said, well, would you like some petrol money? No, that's fine. It's a works van. It's fine. It's no problem. It's just fine. And they unloaded it for me, and off they went. And I was just left standing there, looking at all this wood in what I can only describe as disbelief. Good, in a good way, but it's like, wow, that I could receive and be given something with no agenda on the end of it, nothing wanted in return. And I mean, I was humbled, and it was astounding to me. I can honestly say I think that's, I'd never received anything just because. I usually give the giving, and I can give till Christmas and beyond. It's not a problem for me, and I don't need anything in return. But somehow I think I've been conditioned to, by circumstance and experience, to not only feel that I am not loved and I am not worthy of love, as I'm sure so many of us have that going on, but that if I receive anything, I therefore then owe something, and that might not be something that I want to give. Like, for instance, my looks. This is perhaps not now, but when I was younger, I got a lot of attention from men, and it always left me feeling really vulnerable and predated upon. And you know, if anybody offered to help me, it'd be like, no thank you, I don't need it. And I think that was shut me off from receiving, because it basically was me not trusting some other motive, that somehow I would be left owing something, or in some way I would be owned. All sorts of stuff has come up for me. You know, my mother's shadow, the good little girl, not going to ever do things the way she did them, all that kind of thing, the mother complex stuff. Very, very interesting. All stuff that I've worked with, all of it. Things that I understand about myself quite well. And yet here I am, coming to the nub of it all, and realising that actually my body, even though my ego and my inner selves, all the aspects of me that I've worked with over the years, see life and feel life and experience life quite differently. how I did. That actually my body is not ready to receive my soul, not fully, because it's tight, it's carrying pain, and that's from chronic tensions. That because my ego at the time wasn't strong enough to deal with those pains, they were repressed, and what happens is they become concretized or somatized into the body, and the body carries them, and I need my body now to relinquish and let go of those things so that I can embody my soul, become fully human, to birth my soul into the world. It's quite a task, and I am quite inward and focused on it, and I guess the reason for me sharing this is so that, well, just to share. Just to share. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. That's where I'm focused. And where I need to pour my love. May you find yours also. Thank you for listening. See you.